When you're paying Atlantis prices, the food better deliver. And that is one of the biggest questions people have before booking. Are these restaurants really worth it? So I am ranking every signature and fine dining restaurant at Atlantis Bahamas that we tried, from S through F tier, based on food, vibes, service, and overall value. Plus, I'm throwing in an honorable mention that deserves a shout out, even though it's not exactly fine dining. Let's get into it.
Let's do this right. Let's go to Paradise. This shit be like Friday nights. This shit made me feel alive. I feel like we in paradise.
I am a massive steak lover, so I'm going to start with Seafire Steakhouse. This place is known as Atlantis' Signature Steakhouse. It's the main one, and really your only option, on site here at Atlantis. And I mean, it delivers the classic upscale American steakhouse vibe that you're probably looking for. You can imagine dry aged cuts, lobster tails on the side, some delicious sauces, and some good wine to wash it down. The ambiance was nice and cool, as you can see, very classic steakhouse vibe. Service was also really solid, they were attentive. And what you care about is the food and the quality, right? So obviously, as you can see, the prices are a bit up there. It is expensive. Everything is a la carte, so you get appetizers separately, you get your steak separate, and then if you want sides with your steak or whatever your main course is, you're gonna pay for those separately. Sauces and enhancements are also separate prices. So it does add up quickly, and especially you start thinking you need a drink with your dinner as well. You can go, obviously, just the cheap tap water route. We had Pellegrino as our water that added up fast, as well as one alcoholic beverage each. But I feel like with a steakhouse, you need a nice drink to wash down that red meat. Just to give you some ballpark prices, you can see the filet mignon is $70, New York strip $75, the ribeye is $85. I had the ribeye, I liked it. I am definitely a steak snob, and this is a very solid quality steakhouse. When we're talking about how the meat's prepared, how it's cooked, and the flavor and everything, it's very solid. We got a filet mignon separately, and then a ribeye, plus an alcoholic beverage each, and water. Then when you throw their tip on as well, it comes out to $300. So yes, you are paying premium steakhouse prices, and I wouldn't necessarily say everything about this place is like a top steakhouse that I've ever been to. Kind of feels like they can charge whatever they want because it is the only steakhouse. But to recap, service was friendly. The vibe is clean and nice. It wasn't too busy when we were there, so I can't attest to like acoustics whenever it gets later or more packed during busy season with a bunch of people in here. But overall, I could have a conversation at the table without yelling. And what really matters is how good the food is versus the price. I would say it's definitely overpriced for what you're getting, but it's still quality meats with solid prepared sides and good drinks to wash it down. So if you're ready to splurge and you're craving some steak like I was, Seafire Steakhouse is B tier. Moving on to our second celeb restaurant, created by world-renowned chef Nobu Matsuhisa. This is Nobu. This spot brings the global Nobu experience that you probably know and love from all over the world to Paradise Island. Sleek sushi presentations, upscale Japanese dishes, and obviously the name brand appeal. So here's the thing. Just like basically every other Nobu out there, the marketing is great. You know the name. The experience is solid as far as when you walk in, you feel like you're walking in an upscale restaurant. Service was really good for us when we came here. The staff was attentive, made sure to keep checking on us, so that's always, thumbs up. And it's got that typical Nobu vibe. It's got like that wood Asian aesthetic. Good lighting that's not too harsh, and spaced out tables so you're not bumping elbows with the person next to you or having to listen to their annoying conversation. So Nobu definitely has that going for it. So this is the thing about Nobu for me, is when you talk about quality of food, it is definitely good quality. Like every appetizer and main dish that we got is good. This place is known for its upscale seafood. I just personally think, after my experience here, that you can't necessarily say this is like any special seafood compared to like just a normal good sushi place. Now, if you start adding on different courses and different dishes and mix and matching and doing all this stuff, that's where you can really see the kind of chef specialty and the thing that makes this place stand out. But if you're a really big like sushi person, it's not like this sushi just jumps off the plate and it's like 10 out of 10 amazing. It's really solid quality, but again, you're paying Nobu prices, so take that into consideration. And I definitely am with my overall grading of this. Something to keep in mind is that portions are fairly tiny, especially say you're just eating with 2 people. So it's a good idea to load up on a few different options. That's exactly what we did, kind of got a smorgasbord and got things just flowing through the table. A dish here, a dish there. Obviously that adds up with the price, but I feel like that's the experience at a place like this, is just enjoying all the different Asian flavors, getting multiple dishes, and again, they're fairly small, so I feel like you'll be disappointed if you just get like one thing each or one sushi roll and a drink. But overall, I would say this met my expectations for what I wanted out of the Nobu experience. Food was quality, service was attentive and good, vibe was solid, nothing to write home about, but you know, it's cool and quiet. So overall, I'm gonna wrap that all up into a grade of B tier. It's worth checking off the list for the experience and to get some Asian cuisine while you're in Atlantis, but not the kind of meal you'll be talking about days later. So don't expect that, but expect the price. Now we're moving on to Paranza. Led by Michelin-starred chef Michael White, Paranza is Atlantis' newest Italian fine dining concept, known for handmade pastas and upscale seafood dishes. And if you're anything like us, and basically 90% of people out there, Italian is one of your favorite food groups. It is so good, and we were just really excited for this place. And I would say it lived up to our expectations. Pasta was the highlight. Solid, delicious, flavorful. Can't say any other good words about it. It's just exactly what we expected. Tastes like it was made by Chef Michael White himself, and we couldn't have enough. That's one thing, if I can say something negative, is literally couldn't have enough. So you kind of feel like you get to your last bite and you just want more. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. Another edge I'll give this place is that the actual building itself is in a really cool location of the resort. So if you come here maybe like as the sun's setting for dinner while it's still light out, that would be probably ideal because there's tons of windows and then outdoor seating as well. So you can get a really cool view of the resort with palm trees, some water in the background depending on the angle. So yeah, we really liked the ambiance and the vibe overall. Hate to say it, but service was lackluster. And this place specifically, who knows? It could have just been who we had that night as our waiter, but you know, just like where you kind of sit there and you expect a little bit more. But I've had such a good experience at Atlantis in general, and everybody's so nice that I can't really rip them to shreds just because of this one experience. But it is worth noting that it just kind of was, less than perfect, but hey, nobody's perfect. The food was just easily the highlight, and the thing I want to focus on here is delicious, from the actual entrees themselves to dessert. But then once the bill does come out, you kind of realize you're paying prices that maybe don't necessarily match the quality, even though the food's good, but it's like the entire experience packaged together. Kind of just reminds me of getting like pasta at a known pasta place in New York, not like a fine dining restaurant, place that kind of just specializes in good Italian food, but you don't get the full experience. So overall, a good meal, good location, but not unforgettable, and something you're going to take home with you after your trip is done thinking, wow, I want to go back to Paranza. So where does that place it? That places it with the other two that are currently in B tier. Next restaurant, created by James Beard award-winning chef Elan Shaya. Silan is Atlantis' modern Mediterranean spot, bringing Israeli-inspired flavors with seafood and flatbreads. We like Mediterranean food, so definitely we're excited for this place, but I feel like it kind of fell flat. The food was okay. I mean, there's good grilled fish, sauces were tasty, fresh herbs, but one of our dishes came out a little bit salty. It could have been exactly how it was supposed to be prepared, but, in our opinion, a little too salty. And the open floor plan near the casino made the atmosphere loud, so just be prepared for that. Is right on the casino and kind of like easy to hear everything that's going on out there. But also in its defense, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a one-on-one, quiet date night type of vibe. Anyway, it's much more like relaxed, not like you're dressing up too much if you don't want to, and just, dining out, dipping some flatbreads and some hummus. I am glad that Atlantis has a Mediterranean spot, but this one did not blow us away whatsoever. So obviously try it if you're into Mediterranean and the global flavors and kind of see for yourself, but it didn't quite live up to the hype for us. So I'm going to place Silan as a C tier. Moving on to our next restaurant, Cafe Martinique. One of Atlantis' longest running fine dining restaurants, Cafe Martinique is known for its classic French cuisine and elegant marina side dining room. So dinner here felt timeless, classic, white tablecloths, polished service, beautifully cooked dishes. We had steak and the lobster pasta as our mains, which were both elegant, just so good, like mouth-watering good. And I think it's important to mention that the steak compares well to the steak that we had at the steakhouse. So Cafe Martinique does all different types of food really, really well. The lobster pasta was like amazing. Highly recommend. Here you also order a la carte, so you're gonna pay for your sides on the side, and then we also got a drink each as well. So including the gratuity came out to $257.50. And I forgot to mention we also got the French onion soup as an appetizer. So yeah, overall you get everything you need. You definitely are full and you do pay the price tag, but a little bit cheaper than places like Seafire Steakhouse for similar quality and amounts of food. The vibe and ambiance was cool, dimmed lighting, and we got this really cool booth that kind of made us feel like we were on a stage, like in the front here where we faced out and saw the entire restaurant, which, I don't know, it's kind of like a romantic vibe and still a really cool like angle to see everything that's going on and kind of people watch. So overall, the food here was excellent. Definitely the best so far on this list. It's not trendy or super experimental, I would say, but like refined and elegant. Perfect for a romantic dinner or when you want that polished, fine dining feel. Highly recommend Cafe Martinique, and it's going to get the highest ranking so far in this video, A tier. Another signature restaurant at Atlantis that I have to mention is Claudio's. We did not actually go there because it was not built when we were there last, but it's one of the newest additions to Atlantis' dining lineup. Claudio's is like a dockside seafood restaurant with a Hamptons-inspired design and sunset marina views. So I can't give it a rating based on my experience, but I'm going to rate it based on what people are saying online so far. The reviews are mixed. People really love the setting and vibe, so it has that going for it, but mentioned service can be slow and food isn't always as memorable as the atmosphere. I feel like that's a common theme here, and that might just go with super high expectations and maybe us just getting our hopes up. But overall, not too memorable, but a cool experience. For now, I'd place it around a B tier, but I'll definitely test it myself next time. Let me know in the comments if you've tried out Claudio's and what you thought. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I got an honorable mention for you guys. It is called Poseidon's Table Buffet. It's Atlantis' main buffet. It's known for massive spreads from breakfast omelets and delicious pastry options to seafood nights and desserts. What I will say is for a buffet, it's better than I expected. We really enjoyed the food here and the options. There's tons of options that are really decent quality and a really surprisingly fun vibe thanks to a live band that literally walks throughout the entire place playing, and just, I don't know, it was one of those moments that really made us kind of sit back and relax and be like, this is a moment we're going to remember from this vacation. It's light and bright. Obviously you come during like brunch time, so it's really well lit. It's very spacious, probably due to the band and our great waitress. The vibe and experience was up there with any other restaurant, but it isn't technically a signature or a celebrity type of restaurant. But I just wanted to give it an honorable mention because we had such a good experience. Whether you want to dunk some cookies into the chocolate fountain or enjoy multiple good quality meat and seafood options, you've got whatever you need here. So overall, definitely a win when I'm talking convenience and variety, and price is also definitely worth it because it's a buffet. Stuff your face, all you can eat. And due to all of that packaged together, I'm giving Poseidon's Table a B tier. And dare I say, I saved the best for last. Fish by Jose Andres. The celebrity chef Jose Andres made fish, and it's Atlantis' signature coastal dining experience, blending bohemian seafood and his creative culinary style. So my seafood heads out there, this place is for you. From the second we walked in, it was a cool vibe, literally like fish everywhere in the decoration. And I mean, look at the bartender, posing for the camera and all. We're off to a good start. Service was good, fast, and attentive, something we would expect at a place that has this type of reputation, but it lived up to it for sure. And let's talk about the food. Everything here hit. The appetizers, the entrees, the dessert, all incredible. Just some of the best ceviche that I've ever had. We got fish that were native to the Bahamas, so that just felt like extra special. Like, I know when you're on a vacation, right, you're trying to eat like the locals do or as close as you can, and it's cool getting fish that are from that area. But I mean, the crab cakes, the list goes on. We ate a lot, we spent a lot, but it was filling and so worth it. And I would definitely say, like, price for quality, this place completely was worth it. It just went above and beyond our expectations for this place. We actually looked it up a little bit before coming to Atlantis, heard amazing things about the chef and the menu here, but yeah, it lived up to the hype. It was good. What else do you want me to say? I think you know where this one's gonna land. Easily my favorite dining experience at Atlantis, straight to S tier. So that's the breakdown. If you only pick one splurge meal, I'm saying fish by Jose Andres is the move. Cafe Martinique brings the romance, and Seafire is obviously solid if you're craving a good steak. The rest have their moments, but I'd say fall short of elite status. But one thing is for certain, you come to Atlantis, you are spoiled for choice when it comes to restaurants. So you don't have to limit yourself at the ones I showed in this video. There are plenty other options as well, but I wanted to show you the ones that everybody's talking about. So let me know which one you're gonna book first on your vacation, or if you've had a totally different experience if you have been here in the past. Check out my other Atlantis videos for more tips before your vacation, and I even made a video that gives you 11 secrets of Atlantis Bahamas that you don't even know about. So check those out, hit the subscribe button so you get notified every other travel video I make, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.